Greetings, fellow professionals. Greetings, everyone that is following these particular broadcasts that are coming every week to your screens and to your social media platforms. And I'm very much excited. I'm getting also encouraged by the contributions and the feedbacks that we are receiving, and therefore enabling me to continue ensuring that these particular broadcasts are continuous and they are coming to your screens every week, as it were. And I'm so thankful for that. And one of the things that I want to ask is for you to subscribe to this particular channel, so that at least every week as I post this particular short podcast, you can be able to follow and you can be able to as well be able to participate without actually missing any one of them. And I hope they'll be able to be inspiring to you and also to help you nurture your profession as well. So today I want to speak on a very, very significant and very important topic that is actually aimed at looking at how professional bodies can significantly contribute to national development within their niche, and this can only be done by 7 key strategies. Of course, there could be other strategies that could be used, but I've chosen to speak to only 7 key strategies that can be adopted to ensure that these professional, as professional bodies, or as professionals who belong to these particular professional bodies, contribute to national development. Number 1 is what I call developing and implementing innovative solutions. Professional bodies must shift their operations from the traditional point of view to actually now become innovative. And why innovative? Why innovation? Because we are operating in an environment that is constantly changing, in an environment that is constantly evolving, and by virtue of that, we just need to ensure that we adapt to the current practices and current things that are happening in our areas of operations. So therefore, developing and implementing innovative solutions is the first thing that I want to speak to. And under this, I think I've listed some key issues that we need to look into. And this is number 1, conducting research and development, implementing best practices, fostering entrepreneurship within the context of developing and implementing innovative solutions. So you need to ensure, number 1, to ensure that you conduct research and development. Research and development acts as a foundation, acts as a basis for you to actually be able to solve or to contribute to the challenges that the nation is facing and be able to solve some of those particular problems. Without research and development, I can rightly assure you it will just be business as usual. Then the other thing is implementing best practices. Best practices, as you can look at, these are benchmarks that are benchmarked with other institutions or other global nations or developing nations, and for which makes them to be significantly different from us, and which has made them to actually be where they are today. So you adopt and adapt to international best practices to suit our local context, in this particular case in Zambia or Africa, and then enhance efficiency and effectiveness. Those are very, very important in developing and implementing innovative solutions. Then the other thing that I want to speak to is fostering entrepreneurship within the context of your operations as a professional body. How do you encourage entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is all about thinking. Entrepreneurship is all about contributing to the solutions that our stakeholders are facing. So encouraging entrepreneurship and support the startups as well in our professionals, it's very, very important. This will promote job creation, and it will also promote economic growth. So you can strategically position yourself in that particular way. How can I, as a procurement person or as a project professional, be able to encourage entrepreneurship? How can I be able to support these particular startups? And by virtue of doing that, you are actually promoting job creation and economic growth. And this is what governments are looking for in terms of when it comes to to economic development and national development. Then the other thing, which is a very key strategic pillar that I want to speak to, which is the second one, is building capacity and enhancing skills. So as much as we have our members that affiliate to us as professional bodies, mentoring and coaching becomes very, very key and very, very important if we are going to contribute to national development. Share your expertise. We have a lot of professionals actually in our country, but these professionals cannot share their expertise. They cannot mentor anyone. They cannot coach anyone because they want to keep all the knowledge to themselves. But that is not something that is helping us as professionals. You must have a network of people where you can share your expertise, experiences, with the junior professionals, enhance their skills and knowledge. That becomes as part of building this capacity that we're talking about. Training and development programs, objectively, I must emphasize, it's not all about just having workshops everywhere and anywhere and all those issues, but you must be able to ensure that you have targeted training and development programs. These are designed to deliver training programs that address skills gap and promote continuous learning. Continuous learning, why? Because like I said earlier on, we are living in an evolving world where you cannot afford to just be at the same level and to just maintain a status quo of learning. The knowledge sharing, we have a lot of professionals that actually have knowledge about the markets, how they operate, and all those issues and everything. And you'd find that when you participate in these conferences, workshops, online forums, sharing of knowledge and experiences with the peers, they help you actually to ensure that capacity is built in your members. And once capacity is built, definitely you'll be able to have a confident cadre of members that are going to support your vision to actually be able to contribute to national development. The third issue that is very critical is informing policy and decision making. How do you inform policy and decision making? So when you're operating actually as a professional body, you're not operating in a vacuum. You are operating within a certain framework that the government has put up. So you need to ensure that, number one, you provide expert advice. Offer expert advice to policymakers. These are parliamentarians, government institutions, cabinet, and other things, ensuring informed decisions are made. So you are providing expert advice so that they can be able to make informed decisions. Then conducting policy itself, conducting policy relevant research. We must be able to reach a point where we are not just looking at operational issues, but we're looking at policy, national policy issues, because that is what makes a difference. National policy issues where you undertake research that addresses national priorities, not just researches or not just discussions that are just aimed at, us having coffees and all those issues, but they address national priorities, informing policy and decision making as well. Then participate in stakeholder engagements. Every year, government conducts what we call the budget engagement, the stakeholders engagement, including government, civil societies, and other things that they look at and they talk to. So you need to ensure that you are actually be able to participate, to ensure inclusive and participatory decision making as well. So these are key issues that you must be able to ensure that your presence is actually there. So if it is not there, definitely you cry for recognition or anything else, and you will never be able to get it. Then the other aspect, which is the third aspect, and the fourth aspect, is promoting national values and identity. Every professional body must be able to foster a cultural heritage. Okay, how do you foster a cultural heritage? By promoting and preserving national cultural heritage, enhancing national identity and pride. No professional bodies must be able to be divisive in its way of operation. It starts within the professional body itself. If you cannot foster the culture of heritage and pace and identity, it becomes very difficult for you now to contribute at a larger scale, like at a macro level, like the national level. So encourage patriotism, inspire patriotism and national loyalty, promoting a sense of shared citizenship and responsibility. These we can do as professional bodies. Advocating for social justice, champion social justice and human rights, promoting equality, fairness, and inclusivity. Remember, we are a people that actually want to champion competitiveness, that champion collaborativeness, and all those issues. So we must be able to ensure that we champion social justice, human rights, rights, promoting equality, fairness, and inclusiveness, where if a member actually contributes something, you do not take it personal, you do not take it political, but you reflect on it as a profession and see what sense can we get out of this and how can we run with this. Then we look at also collaboration with other stakeholders as a fifth strategy, building partnerships. We do not operate in a vacuum. We need to ensure we foster partnerships with government, civil societies, the private sector, international organizations, and all other things by leveraging on resources and expertise that are actually there. Then engaging in multi-sector initiatives, which is also very, very important. These initiatives bring together, diverse stakeholders, different stakeholders, promoting collaborative problem solving and decision making. So it's all about problem solving for you to be able to ensure that you contribute to national development. Supporting community development as well, contributing to community development initiatives, ensuring the quality of life of our citizens and the stakeholders that we are serving actually are a priority, and promoting national development. So we cannot operate in a vacuum. We must be able to ensure that we do all these things if we are going to get the recognition that we want. Then lastly but not the least is what I call embracing technology and innovation. We are at a time as a global community where technology has advanced, innovation becomes part and parcel of our daily operations. So we must be able to ensure that we leverage on digital technologies, and by leveraging on digital technologies, we are saying harnessing digital technologies such as artificial intelligence, which is actually now on the market, blockchains. We need to understand what these are, the Internet of Things, for us to be able to drive innovation and national development. We need to ensure that we promote e-governance. Zambia is one of the countries that is actually leading in the issues of e-governance. You see, we have actually the ZAM portal. We have almost everything being digitalized. The rights issues, even the social security issues, those are digitalized. Even the payment systems, the invoicing systems, and all those issues. We must be able to ensure that we support the development of e-government platforms, to enhance transparency, accountability, and citizen engagement. These are very, very important. Then also foster a culture of innovation and continuous development, the Kaizen theory, as the Japanese call it. So we must ensure that we encourage a culture of innovation, experimentation, and also risk-taking as a profession. So these can only be done when we have had built our professional agendas and objectives on innovation and research. Then we can be able to take risks, drive national development and competitiveness as well. These are the key issues that I wanted to speak on to ensure that we develop ourselves and we strategically position ourselves to contribute to national development. So I've talked about 4 things. Number 1, I will summarize them by saying developing and implementing innovative solutions as professional bodies, building capacity and enhancing skills, then informing policy and decision making, promoting national values and identity, collaborating with other stakeholders, and lastly but not the least, I've also talked about embracing technology and innovation. By doing this, then we shall be contributing to national development within our niches, and then as professional bodies we can make meaningful impact, drive positive change, and enhance the quality of life we are offering to our citizens and as well as our stakeholders. Thank you so much. I am your host, Richard Mumbi, for this week's edition, and I'm looking forward to interacting with you and to hearing your feedbacks on this particular presentation as we also channel and also look at what will be broadcasted next week. Please subscribe to the channel and be able to follow these discussions. Thank you so much, and